Hey there, Internet. Have you ever had to do this? You put a zip tie on, you didn't really get it where you want it, or you had to take something apart. You just have to cut it, and it's no good after that. Well, what if I told you there was a quick and handy, super easy way to get these zip ties off without cutting them? Now, ironically, you're going to be using a razor blade, but you're not actually going to be using the razor blade to cut them. We're going to take the razor blade over to the grinder. We're going to grind a couple profiles on the end of this and remove the sharp edge. And then when we come back, I'll go ahead and show you how to use that tool that we made on the grinder to take these zip ties off. All right, we're back from the grinder. And here is our tool. So you can see what we did. We just blunted the ends a little bit, and we made a fat one, and we made a skinny one. It's super important that you take the razor blade edge off, because if you don't and you're working on it and it slips, you're gonna cut yourself. And so don't tell me that's my fault. So grab a stone or a piece of sandpaper, whatever you have handy. Knock any of the burrs off. Smooth the taper out on the end. You want a nice smooth end, and there should be just a very slight taper on the end of that. You don't want this to be too thin. These will fatigue somewhat over time. I've actually tried to make these out of shim stock and a couple other different types of materials. And the razor blade seems like a pretty good compromise, just as far as the thickness of the material and the flexibility of the material. So once you've got everything nice and smooth, deburred, rounded, you can even take some of the rust off if you want. Completely unnecessary. Go ahead and grab yourself the zip tie. Take your tool and make sure the size is appropriate. Now you want to go ahead and you want to push down on the zip tie to actually tighten it just a little bit, just right before it clicks, and that's going to go ahead and disengage the tooth that's inside. You should be able to slip the tool in. And then once you slip the tool in, you're going to go ahead and pull the zip tie through. Sometimes you can push it. And then once you actually get it started, it actually comes right out. For the smaller one, obviously we have the smaller tool. Same process. Just go ahead and slip it right in. If you tighten it a little bit, it'll go ahead and disengage the tooth. And then it's the same thing. You just want to go ahead and either push it through and there you go. So now you know how to take an old beaten up, mostly useless razor blade and turn it into a handy dandy tool to take the zip ties off that you might need to immediately reinstall because you just happened to go ahead and make a mistake. Anyway, thanks for watching.